Hi, family. I just want to come in and talk to you guys. I know the other video I had put up, I put up it was of my mother. I had that video, family, for a couple years, and it just, you know, uh, what can I say? It took me, this long to, be able to share with you guys. But that lady, she had my heart. She really did. We might not always see eye to eye to everything, but she definitely was one of a kind, and I loved her dearly. And ain't nothing like um, I don't even know how I can explain it, family. It was just something. I think I had did a vlog. When I talked about it, I was like, when Sean, when he first started having seizures and everything. That was like December, right before Christmas, like December 16th to be exact. And I told you, that he just all of a sudden started having seizures out of nowhere, and he was in and out the hospital. They was trying to figure out, where did it come from, because he was 18, 19, and all of a sudden started having seizures and everything. And the thing about it is that my husband, he started having seizures at around 18, so almost like around the same time. So it was like, wow, and Sean, he just kept, they was sending him, I think I talked about this, but it's all related to where I'm going, family. You know, he kept on, having them seizures and having them seizures. And like I said, we was like, in and out the hospital December and January. We basically spent, up at the hospital, because they would send him home, family, and then he would have seizures soon to get home, And that one last incident when he came on, they had him on this one seizure medicine called Kepa, and then you had a lot of side effects, and one was aggressive behavior. And Sean, he like a mild, always been a mild child, never get upset about nothing, never uproar about nothing. He very laid back child, And this Kepa medicine they put him on had him, aggressive and just realistic. And also the side effect from it, it had him his heartbeat went up, and that's when he almost died, because he was um complaining about his heart to me and his dad. He was upstairs. He came down and he was like, his chest hurting. He was holding on to his chest, family. And he fell into his dad's arms. And next thing you know, we had to call 911. And we called 911 and got him to the hospital. And they ran him in the back of the emergency room. We right behind the family. And it was 5 minutes, family, 5 minutes, and he had a seizure, and his heartbeat went up at the same time. And it was like about 5, 6 doctors that came running. They was in the room. They pushed me and my husband out the room. And one doctor, they was, I seen his hand going up in the air like this. I kept seeing this. And the doctor came out and was like, has anybody in your family died of sudden death? And family, I just like passed out, basically like fell to the floor, because I was like, I know you ain't trying to tell me that my friend about to die. So, it was like, we went through a lot with Sean, getting him well, because he was on the floor for strokes, family. And like I tell you, in that one video, he had to learn how to eat again. He had to learn how to walk again, and take care of himself. He couldn't do nothing. It was like a baby all over again, and we couldn't believe it. We was like, wow, we never seen it for him and never wanted for him. But since we was put on our plate, we was gonna do whatever we could as his parents to make sure that he got through it. And of course, God was first. He gave us the strength to help my son. So thank God that he got through it. And family, that was he got released in January of 2007. No, he got released in the first week of February. And matter of fact, he got released February the 1st. It's between the February 1st and January 31st, because February 1st, I spoke to my mom, on the phone, and Sean was home at the time. He was still staying at home. He hadn't moved out, and I had talked to my mom on the phone, and and I could tell something's wrong with her. If my mom was mad at him, she was like, "Oh, I just been having this headache." My mom had high blood pressure, and like I got high blood pressure that's running in our family like heart disease. I was like, "Mom, what's the matter?" And she was like, um, I was having this headache and everything. She didn't call me and told me. I don't know if she thought because we were dealing a lot with going back and forth with Sean. But I mean, that's my mama. I cared about what happened to her as well. So she didn't want to, alert me that something was going on with her, But she had this headache. I found out from my aunt that she had been having this headache for 3 days. But I had talked to her on the phone February 1st. It was like about 12 in the afternoon I talked to her. And she was talking, she was crazy about all grandkids, but her and Sean had a special bond, because Sean was born August 31st. She was born September 2nd, so she always said that Sean was her gift. So, them two, since the day he came into this world, they had a separable, bond that that's just the way it is. And my husband, his grandma, they had the same bond. So, that's just what it was. And my mom actually named Sean, which I don't know if you guys paid attention now, but Sean is actually named after me. I'm Shauna Marie, and my son, his name is Sean Michael. So, but my mom named him though. But fast forward, I talked to her February 1st, and she was. I told her that Sean was home. She was like, "Oh, my baby home and everything. I'm coming over, tomorrow." And she was asking him, "Well, what do you want me to bring you?" Because she just spoiled all her grandkids, but she really spoiled him. And she was telling him that she gonna bring him this and bring him that and everything. That's February 1st at 12 p.m. I was out after work. Me and my husband was at the store, with the family, and I got a call at around 5 p.m. And I was at the time, my phone was ringing, but I was like in the store and I couldn't answer it. So I seen it was my aunt, and I was like, okay. She called back. Well, I called her back later when I got home. But then she called back again. So I'm like, like something, I'm thinking like, she must really want something. So let me answer this phone. So I answered the phone, and she said, Shauna. And I was like, yes. I was like, hey. She said, I need you to get over here to the house because me and my sister only ones who had a key to my mom's house ever since my father passed away in 2013. So me and my sister were the only ones who had a key to the house. And so she was like, I was on the phone with your mom and everything, and we were talking and laughing. All of a sudden, she made this weird sound, and the phone went dead. And she said, I think she had even having a heart attack or stroke. And I was like, what? So we're in the store, family. I mean, we dropped everything. What's over there? My family, my aunts, uncles, and all them outside because can nobody get in the house but me. They said they had knocked on the door and nobody comes. So family, I get to the house and everything and open the door, and they had called the ambulance. My aunt had called the ambulance before I got there, and they pulled up after I got there. The ambulance came. But anyway, I opened up the door, and the house was like hot, family, and I mean extremely hot, especially for my mom. My mama don't like it, too hot, in her home. And it was dark, like pitch dark, So, there was two things that was, like alert, I'm like, for one, it's dark, and two, that it's extremely hot, and she don't like one of them, especially her living by herself. So we calling her name. I call her Mama, Mama, Mama. She not answering. So family, I go into her room, and my uncle, go in her room, and like we trying to find a light and everything, and we turn the light on, and the first thing I spot is her foot. And so, family, like my heart, like dropped because I didn't know what I was about to see. And so I turned on the light all the way, and I see my mom on the bed, family. Now mind you, I had just been through, me and my husband had just been back and forth into the hospital with Sean for having seizures and all that. And I turned on the light to see my mom. She was seizing, family. She was seizing. And I had to walk out the room. It was too much. Ambulance was there by that time, and they were in there, working. They came out and asked me, they said, "Does she have a history of seizures?" And I was like, "No." So they're like, "Well, you gotta go. You gotta go." And they said, "We think that she had a stroke." So family, fast forward, get to the hospital. I ride an ambulance with her, and everything. Doctors come running out to me, asking me all of her medications and her health conditions. And I'm so glad I was a nosy daughter that I knew everything concerning my mama, because I was able to tell the doctors about her health conditions and what type of medicine she was on. There was some of them that I couldn't remember, but I remember she got her medicine at Walmart. And so I was able to tell them that she got her prescription filled at Walmart, and they were able to call Walmart and get, the other names of the medicine that I could not think of. And they came to me and said that she had a massive stroke, and we need to do emergency surgery, but only with your permission, because you are, you're the fiduciary of her, of her estate. All the papers and everything saying that you make all decisions concerning, her medical wise in every way. And I remember my mom, she was preparing me for them, because a year before this, she had wrote up her will and told me that I was gonna be in charge of everything, everything from her, health conditions to her estate, everything I was in charge of. And family, who don't know, I am the youngest child. I do have an older sister, but me and her we don't talk. It's like non-existence. I know she exists, but then I don't. So it's just like that. But anyway, so the doctors come around me. They said she had massive stroke, and what do you want me to do? So I'm looking at these doctors, the 4 or 5 doctors tell me. I said, what do you mean? What I want you to do? They said, we can have surgery and try to remove the blood clots and everything. What do you want to do? And I was like, save my mama. They said that's all we need to hear. Let's go. So they said when we get upstairs, I have you sign the papers showing that you gave consent for us to do the surgery. So finally they did the surgery. And fast forward, because I don't want this video to be too long. I don't want to hold you guys too long. They did the surgery and they removed 2 blood clots, but she had 4 of them, and the other 2 were behind her ears, and they kept trying to go in and get them, but they couldn't get them. So after she came out of surgery and everything, from the swelling from her brain and everything, from the stroke and the surgery, she kept seizing. She kept seizing. So they put her, put on a ventilator and everything, because, she just kept seizing the whole time that she came out of surgery. And so, I was praying, family, every day. I was up there, I had to take a leave from my job, because I was up there every day from morning to night. I will drop the kids off. Me and my husband will drop the kids off at work. At school. And I will be up there. I was by my mama's side every day. Them 10 days that she was left on this earth, I was with her every day. I seen every shift of the hospital, because I was, and after getting the kids ready, I was right up at the hospital by her bedside, talking to her, asking her to wake up. She never opened her eyes. Her eyes like fluttered, like she wanted to open them, but she couldn't open them. But she, as you see in the video, I would talk to her, she would move her hands and everything, and they were telling me they were not sure if she could hear me, but I know God, and I know God very well, and I know that my mom heard me. I know that. I know God allowed her to hear me, so I'm gonna go with that. And she was on a ventilator, and every day, they did the MRI, and they came back. They told me, they said, Mrs. Shoemaker, they said your mom had a very massive stroke, and even if she do live, she will never be the same. She will now be able to, on the side that she had the stroke on, which is the right side, which affects the communication, and they told me she would never be able to talk to me, to her grandkids, never understand me. She would basically be like a vegetable. And I remember me and my mama had many conversations, family, about if anything ever happened to her. She told me, she said, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be on no tubes. I want you to just let me go. And I said, Mama, I don't want to hear that. She said, no, I need you to hear this. After my father died, she really got serious with me and said, no, Shauna, she said, I trust you with my life. That's what my mom told me. She said, and I need you to know my wishes, and and I trust you, and I love you, and I know that, by me telling you what I want, that you gonna make sure that happen for your mama. And I did that, family. I also put it in God's hands and everything, because they were telling me that, you know, that you know, there really was no hope for her recovering. So I had to make a decision. I had her on the ventilator every day. I was praying. I told the doctors, I said I was gonna wait till 10 days. I was gonna see what God wanted me to do and what God was gonna do on my mom. And so I waited out them 10 days, and for to see if my mom was gonna wake up. You know what I mean? And but she never woke up. And February the 8th, all the doctors came to me and said, you know, she she's not gonna get no better. So I knew then I had to make a decision, and prayed on it, and I had to make a decision that on that Wednesday, that Friday, February 10th, that I was gonna take my mama off the ventilator. So at 2:30, I had to come up with a date and time, for my mom to be taken off the ventilator. So February 10th, that morning I was there with her. I talked to her, and I was begging her to wake up, because I knew this was the day. I was like, Ma, I also told her, I said, if you can't do it no more, you tired, and you just can't do it no more, I understand if you let go, but I don't want you to go. But I will understand if you do let go. So on February 10th at 2:30, we took her off the ventilator, and the room was full of family members and friends of hers, and took her off the ventilator. And family for like about 2 minutes, she breathed, and at one point in time she had like stopped breathing, and like my heart just dropped, family. And I guess she heard me cry, and they was like, oh, Shauna. I said, she came back, and she came back, and family, she came back and breathed some more. When she came back to breathe some more, she came back to breathe some more.
Come here.
Came back.
Come here, baby. Come on.
Came back, family.
Come here, sweetie. All right.
She came back, and just for a few seconds, the whole time I had been asking her to open her eyes, and she used all the little bit of strength that she had, and she turned her head, and I was on the left side of her with my husband, and she opened up one eye and looked at me, and then she passed away.
That is true, family. She was breathing. Of course, she was on a breathing machine, and they took her off the breathing machine. So, of course, her breathing slowed down. It's less. She was still breathing, but at a rapid pace, but it slowed down just a little. Because that was that. Because it was given 2 weeks. Am I correct, sweetheart? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks, and so after she's taken off the breathing machine, she her breathing slowed down rapidly, but she still was breathing. And then she stopped breathing. And she came back again, like my wife basically just stated. And she started breathing again, like at a rapid pace. It was like, and she's still off the machine during this time.
Mm-hmm.
She started breathing again on her own. And then she stopped, and she looked at my wife, and then she gave away. She sure did.
Yeah, so I had to come, and I know I had released that video yesterday, but it took me over 2 years to be able to share with you guys. But it, as you see, it still hurts. It's gonna hurt forever, 'cause that's my mama. It's gonna hurt forever. But You know, that's something, a personal part of me that I have wanted to share with you guys. And, you know, so don't never take, you know, your loved ones for granted. Don't, you know, make sure you tell them why they here, you know, that you love them. Don't, you know, because that right there, you know, if you don't tell them enough, that's going to eat you alive, you know, when they here, because they can't, you know, you can't tell them no more. You know, can't tell them no more. So, you know, life is precious. Life is precious. And speaking of a life, we was blessed with a new life. I'm talking about, you know, my mama leaving, and then we got blessed yesterday. You want to talk about that?
Yes, we got blessed. Our oldest boy has a son. Him and his newfound son has you know, God has blessed us with another life. Like my wife just said, another angel has surfaced the earth. So we want to send a congratulations out to him and the mother of his child, for the blessing they holds upon them, and you know, and to take care of their new life. You know, keep it precious. You know, hold it close to your heart. You know, because God puts these He put angels on earth for a reason. You know, there's a reason behind everything. We all know that family. You know, so we want to send out a congratulations to him. And we're the proud and happy grandparents. You know,
he's cute too, family. We're gonna put a picture at the end for y'all to see him, but he named after his granddaddy. So, you know, we got blessed with that. So, family, we just wanna stop in and, you know, and you know, I wanted to I tell you, you know, about that, you know, that video that I released yesterday about my mom. It took me 2 years to be able to do that, you know what I mean? But you know, I wanted to share it with you guys. So finally, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, we'll be back soon, you know, with another video real soon.
Okay. All right, family. Thank you for joining us, family. I know my wife wanted to have this personal vlog to herself, and I hope you enjoyed her wording in the way, you know, her personal time with you guys today. We thank you for joining us. Thank you, family. God bless you. God bless all of you, and take care of each other. In the meantime, in between time, God bless.
Bye, family.